Hey, SongTown, welcome. I'm Clay Mills here with Marty Dodson. Today we're going to talk about the worst but most helpful exercises for songwriters.
You want to kick us off?
Yeah.
What you got?
So I think, and what we mean by worst, Marty, what I mean by worst, and you're fixing to find out, is I would say they're exercises that are kind of a pain, but if you do them, will really take your writing to the next level. So for me, what I find in SongTown, most songwriters starting out, and even songwriters that have been writing a long time, particularly songwriters that are heavy into lyrics, they don't come at songwriting from the point of writing melodic patterns, rhythmic patterns. You know, like you can listen to a whole chorus and hardly any of the lines have similar rhythm patterns. You know, it's more like they're more interested in where the notes go or where the words go. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'd like to just kind of go over a couple of things that I've always done that helped me develop a strong sense of patterns. And what I mean by patterns is like, take our famous friend, Rick Astley. Mm-hmm. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna make you cry. I call that line plus three. Basically because you have a line of fast notes, ba 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 ba, and then you have three hits at the end. So ba 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 ba. That rhythm in itself, take the melody notes away. It's hooky. Mm-hmm. And so if you have that as a base in your rhythm, I'm not telling you anything different. I'm just trying to explain what I'm talking about. But you know this. Having that rhythmic base makes people remember your songs. Yeah. It makes them way more hooky. So how do we practice pattern writing? Okay, I got an exercise here. Tell me if you've ever heard this.
Oh, yes. Frequently, because I lose my iPhone all around the house.
So if we were to take that pattern, and I came up with this because I taught a class the other day on pattern writing, and I was like, that went off during the class. I was like, okay, so how can I write a song around that? So da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, you don't have to do it that speed. You can slow it down. So if we were to go, just get a groove. You know what chord progression that comes from?
No.
Well, we won't tell. We'll see if any of you guys know down in the comments. So take that ba 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 ba. I'm going to slow it down. Ba 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 ba. If you're gonna break my heart, if you're gonna walk away, if there's nothing I can do tonight to make you wanna stay. So those first two lines, if you're gonna break my heart, if you're gonna walk away, they both use that rhythm. Mm-hmm. Then you can get off of it. There's nothing I can do tonight to make you wanna stay. I don't have the next line.
I lost my iPhone.
Yeah,
now
I lost my iPhone over you. There's nothing I can do, and it's worth all the If you're gonna break my heart, you can finish up. That's very rough. The first half was good.
It's not a hit yet.
It's a work in progress. The first half is good.
It was. And
it makes it memorable just because I've repeated that rhythm. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it doesn't have to be an up-tempo dance song. It doesn't have to be a hip-hop song. But the one thing I've always learned is if I can hear rhythms around me. Well, let's take that Never Gonna Give You Up. Let's just go to something. Could be any groove. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna make you cry. Now you've got a completely different song. Or maybe it's a ballad. We don't want to play Stairway to Heaven. Let's take those chords though. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna say goodbye. You get the point. The point is to just play around and take a rhythm from anywhere. It could be a drum feel in a song. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Write that. Write a melody to those notes. And the more you practice that as just an exercise, you build up your rhythmic vocabulary. That's a big kind of phrase, rhythmic vocabulary. And you get better at it. And then it becomes just like breathing, you know? So then when you sit down to write a song, you're not thinking, oh, I want to do this rhythm here. It's just coming out. And you're not stuck with the same old rhythms that you've been writing for the last 10 years. You know?
Yeah, I work with a lot of people who are lyricists only, and they'll say, well, I can't carry a tune in a bucket.
Yeah,
and
you don't have to.
Yeah.
You can carry a rhythm.
Carry a rhythm in a bucket. Yeah, and so I encourage them to do that kind of exercise with just the rhythm. Don't worry about, you know, I when I do that, sometimes I just call it a dummy melody.
Yeah.
And I'm acknowledging it's not good, and that's okay. That's not what I'm after. I'm after that rhythm, those rhythmic patterns. And I've done that with your line plus 3 idea, you know. Myself just worked on the rhythm of it and then later come up with a melody that worked.
Yeah, and the line plus system, I have a lot of lyricists that take my melody class, and we talk about it in the Mastering Melody book. A shameless plug. But there's a whole system I call Line Plus that covers rhythms that have been in music from classical music all the way up to today's modern music. And it's a way to see rhythm and a system for creating rhythmic patterns. And I think the more you dive into that, the hookier your songs are going to be. If your melody has a rhythmic hook to it, then you put cool notes against cool chords and you have some great words, then things start getting interesting.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
What's your exercise?
All right.
Because you've had plenty of time to think and come up with what you think would be the worst exercise that you hate doing but is the best for you.
Yes. Well, and I have come to love this exercise. In the beginning, it felt more like work. And when I teach it to people, a lot of times they'll say, it just feels like work. That's not as fun as the writing process and all that. But it's what I call blueprinting.
Yeah.
And so the idea is that you get your title and your angle, and then you sit down, you come up with one sentence for each section of the song.
So you're saying start with a title.
Yeah.
So if the title is, so you have a song called Must Be Doing Something Right. That's the title.
Right.
So you start with that, and then what's your objective after you have that title?
Then I'm going, okay, what's going to help me set the character's context and setting for my first verse?
Yes.
You know, what kind of idea is going to introduce that big idea in the chorus? So I'm thinking, you know, when would I say I must be doing something right?
Yeah.
And so the scenario we came up with was, for the first verse, women are hard for men to understand. We want to paint this guy who's with this woman. He wants to be a great lover, but he's not sure about his ability.
Yeah, so this is like every guy out there doesn't understand women.
Exactly. and so
instantly relatable.
Yeah, so we set up that idea that, you know, a woman is a mystery, a man just can't understand. Sometimes all it takes to please her is a touch of your hand. Other times you have to hold her all night long. Right. And
so the first verse is a woman's a mystery, a man can't understand. Then when you hit the chorus, the big idea is
must be doing something right because I'm getting good feedback. So,
right.
You know, she leaned into his kiss, she sighed, right. And so he goes, okay, I'm getting good feedback. So then we go, second verse, where would we go with that? We go, well, if we want to make him a good lover in this song, let's have him ask for directions, basically. So the idea for that second verse was show me how to love you better.
Yeah.
And so we have him asking, you know, anywhere you want to go, baby, show me the way. And
okay,
so,
but just to clarify, this blueprint, because you gave a lot of details, from what I understand, hearing you talk about blueprinting is you only want one sentence for each section.
Yeah.
And so give us the one sentence for those 3 sections.
All right. So the first verse was, women are hard for men to understand.
Okay.
And so it's not the lyric.
Right.
It's just the idea that we want the listener to get from it. And the chorus is, I must be doing something right because I'm getting good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And second verse is, show me how to love you better.
Yeah.
And so from that, we were able to write the whole song, which has become my biggest song. But, you know, when we teach this, and you and I did an activity in Canada where we signed people into groups, we have them go off, they're supposed to come up with an idea, blueprint it, and then write the song. And a large percentage of the people were like, I've been writing for years, I don't need the blueprint.
Yeah.
And so when they came back that night and played their song for the group around the campfire, we asked the group what was their blueprint. And for the people who did not do that exercise, almost every single time the audience was like, they didn't do one. You know, and it becomes obvious, especially when you're hearing songs that were blueprinted and were written with real intention.
Right.
Against songs that were just kind of free form, you know, thinking of just ideas as they come to us. There's a real difference. And the songs you're hearing on the radio, almost every instance are written with intention. And so blueprinting, where it can feel like work, it's really a thing to get yourself clear about what you're trying to say so that your communication in the song is really clear. And if you're co-writing, it's also an alignment exercise. So if you and I are co-writing, if we blueprint, then we're on the same page. We're writing the same song.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's the exercise. If people are only going to do one thing to change their lyric writing, that's the one thing I recommend.
Awesome. Tell us if you have exercises that you love to hate. We'd love to hear about them. And we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Cheers. Hey, thanks for watching. If you appreciate the content, hit the subscribe button and help us grow. Shout out to Sweetwater Music. It's where Marty and I get all our musical gear. Great people. We'll see you guys around town. Right on.